Hi guys, welcome back to another segment on how to draft properly. My name is Nora V, and if you're watching this for the first time, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also comment. So today we'll be talking about princess that's normal bodies. And today we'll be looking at the definition of princess that, the measurements required, how to draft princess that on your pattern paper, and also how to cut out the pattern drafted correctly. So without much further ado, let's get into it. Hi guys, welcome back. So we'll be looking at what is a princess that. You can see this is a seam sewn into a garment, usually a blouse or a dress, to shape the fabric around the bust. And with the diagram, you can understand clearly what it means. So this is the seam. This particular seam is what a princess that is. So first things, definitely you need your vertical measurement and of course your horizontal measurement as seen on our board. And for the purpose of this class, we're going to be using these measurements to draft on our pattern paper. So please don't go anywhere and stay tuned. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome back. So we'll just go straight into drafting our princess start on our pattern paper. Don't forget to use your rulers, your curved ruler, your measurement tape, and of course your pattern paper. And if you want to draft directly on your fabric, that is also okay. So the first thing we want to get is our vertical measurement. And like I said, I'm working with the measurement on the previous video. So I'm going to start with my shoulder to under bust. And you want to place your tape like this. So we're just going to mark out our shoulder to under bust. And then the next thing you want to do is to draw a straight line. It should look exactly like this. So please guys, you have to forgive me. I will be drawing the lines off camera because my space is very small. I won't be able to do it while I'm talking at the same time. So the next thing you want to also get is your shoulder to your bust point. So you have to place your tape like this. And then you mark out your shoulder to your bust point and you draw a straight line, which I'll be doing off camera. It should look exactly like this. So the next thing I want to do is to complete my vertical measurement, which is to add my waist length, my top length, and of course, my hemming allowance. I'll be doing that off camera, and of course, when I come back, I will explain exactly what I did. Thank you. So this is exactly how your vertical measurement should look like. So the next thing we want to get is our neck width. So the standard neck width measurement for shoulder slope is 3 inches, and I'll be using 3 inches. At the end of the day, it depends on, the body type or whatever you're making, but I'll be using the standard neck width measurement for shoulder slope. So I'm going to place my tape here and just point. I'm going to bring my camera so you can see. So the next thing I want to do is to add my shoulder measurements. And to get your shoulder measurement, you divide your shoulder by 2 plus 0.5. So you want to start from the beginning of your pattern paper, like this, and mark your measurements. The next thing you want to do is to go down by 1 inch from this point where you marked your measurement. And then I'm going to connect this point to this point. I'm going to connect this point to this point. And you have your shoulder slope. The next thing I want to do is to continue measuring my neck width. So the depth of my neck width, I'll be working with 3 inches. So I'm just going to connect the line from this point, like this. Then connect from this point. So everything should look like this. So the next thing we want to get is our armhole length. In order to get your armhole length, you can use your shoulder measurements and just connect it from the shoulder slope down as your armhole length. So whatever you have here, you can just replace it here. Or depending on the body type, you can as well use the bust palm to get your armhole length. All this depends on the bicep and the body type, or whatever you're trying to make. Make sure you're considering the person's body type. So for this, I'm going to be using my bust palm. It should look like this. Okay guys, welcome back. So before we go further to drafting out our princess darts, the first thing you want to do is to go 1 inch above your bust point and 1 inch below your bust point. Like this. And then you want to go 2 inches above your top length. For the purpose of this class, I'll be drawing a straight line so that it can be more clear and visible. So this is how it should look. So now we want to impute our dart. In order to impute your dart, please divide your bust span by 2 plus 0.5. And then this is how you want to place the measurement. You're going to place it starting from the 1 inch below the bust point. So I'm going to place it. All the way down to the hemming allowance. So it should look like this. The next thing we want to do is to connect our princess dart starting from the 1 inch below the underbust to the 2 inches above our top length. So the next thing you want to do is to do this. Please watch carefully. You mark out 1/2 inch. And then you connect it. Then you do the same. And there you have it, guys, our princess darts. So the next thing we want to do is to divide our armhole length by 2. So we're going to be dividing this point by 2, and whatever you get, you're going to put it on the center. So I'm going to draw a line so that we can see it clearly. So the next thing we want to do is to connect our dart from our bust point to our armhole length. So I'm going to be connecting our dart from this point to this point, and I'll be using my curve ruler to do that. Please watch carefully. It should look like this. So the next thing you want to do is to repeat the same thing you did here, 1/2 inch. So I'm going to connect. It should look like this. So the next thing we want to do is to extend this last point by 2 inches. So I'm going to place my tape, extend it by. It should look like that. Okay, guys, we've been able to get our princess dart. The next thing we want to do is to apply our body measurement. And how do you do that? You divide your bust by 4 plus 3. 1 inch for your dart allowance and 2 inches for your seam allowance. So you're going to divide your round bust, your round under bust, your round waist by 4 plus 3 inches. And then for my top length, I'll be using my round hip as my measurement. But if your body type, if your bust is bigger than your hip, please for your top length, you can use your bust measurement divided by 4 plus 3 inches. And please don't forget, do not impute the wrong measurement on the wrong line. And that's why you must label so you don't forget. So whatever you get on your bust point, make sure you place it on your bust point. Whatever you get on your under bust point, make sure you place it on the under bust point. Okay guys, I've been able to put in my body measurements. So the next thing I want to do is to use my curve ruler and join it together. So because our under bust measurement is, our waist length measurement is bigger than our under bust, I'm going to be connecting with our waist length. And if your under bust measurement is bigger than your waist length, please connect with your under bust. All the way down to the hemming allowance. It should look like this. As you can see, we have like a sharp edge here. So what you want to do is to use your pencil, your marker to just soften this sharp edge like this. And that's it. Okay guys, so the next thing we want to do is to extend our shoulder length to meet our bust, because we are going to create our armhole curve. So I'm connecting this line to meet up this red line, as you can see. So the next thing I'm going to do is to connect my bust measurement to meet up my armhole. It should look like this. So we're about to create our armhole curve. Please stay tuned. Okay guys, welcome back. In order to get our armhole curve, we're going to be connecting from this point. Remember, we went in by 2 inches to this point. So we're connecting from this point to this point. And to do that, please use your armhole curve ruler. But if you can also do it with your hand, that's fine. But make sure you use a curve ruler. So this is exactly how it should look like. So please guys, be patient with yourself and follow this step by step, and I trust you will get a good result. Welcome back guys. So the next thing we want to do is to get our top curve on our top length and hemming allowance. So what you're going to do is whatever figure you got here, divide it by 2. So our top length is 12. We're going to be dividing it by 2, for example. So whatever figure you get here, divide it by 2. So I'm going to be doing that now. So I'm going to be drawing a straight line for the purpose of this class. So the next thing you want to do is to connect from this point to this point using your curve ruler like this. So it should look like this. So guys, we are almost done. So the last thing we want to do is to connect our neck curve. So I'm going to bring the camera close so you can see. And just connect. And voila, we are done drafting our princess dart normal bodice on our pattern paper. And this is exactly what it should look like. On my next video, I'll be showing you how to cut it out and also how to use it to create your back panel. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, if you have questions, I'm right here to answer you. See you on the part 2. Thank you. Bye.